city council meeting to order and ask everyone, gentlemen, would you like to lead the Pledge of Allegiance this evening? Our VFW members?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'll just ask everyone to turn down or turn off their phones for the duration of the meeting. The roll, please.
Belke. Here. Belzak.
Here.
Kenny.
Here.
Marquez.
Here.
McIver. Here. Shower.
Here.
Seifert.
Here.
7 present.
We have a quorum. The next item on the agenda is questions, comments, and announcements. This is an opportunity at this time in the City Council agenda to speak to the City Council on any issues. They don't have to be on the agenda this evening, but we initiated this portion of our agenda a couple of years ago to give an opportunity to residents who didn't feel they had the time to sit through a whole City Council meeting to address the City Council. So we've added this to the beginning of the meeting. So if there's anyone in the audience that wanted to address the council now, please take this opportunity to come up to the microphone. Okay, let's move on to the approval of the minutes of December 15th. Do I have a motion to approve? Alderman Shower, seconded by Alderman Belke. Any additions or deletions for the clerk? Then the roll, please.
Shower.
Aye.
Belke.
Aye.
Kenny.
Aye.
Marquez.
Aye.
Belzak.
Aye.
Seifert.
Aye.
McIver.
Abstain.
Abstention goes with the ayes, 7-0.
The minutes have been approved. Let's move to receiving of communications. Do any of the aldermen have communications to share? Alderman Kenny?
I've got just one, Madam Mayor. Mr. Ben Santor, 7300 block of Adams, had issues with snow removal, and because of where his home sits, which were the unincorporated sections of Farmingdale, but it looks like we might have had those situations secured. Mr. Gombeck took care of it rather quickly, and he seems to be happy.
Okay. I've had emails from, and conversations actually, both, regarding the elimination of the right turn on 75th Street just before the intersection of Plainfield and 75th. And at this point, we've been referring them right to Mr. Dave Twarek at the county to respond to residents and anyone else that wants to reach out to us to mention that you're unhappy with the elimination of that right turn there going east on 75th Street right before the light at Plainfield. Please contact us, and we'll keep referring them to the county in hopes that they might revisit this issue, because it seems as though it's become a problem, especially those individuals who do the drive up at the West Bourbon Bank. They're on 75th Street. They have no options to go westbound on 75th. But we were just discussing it this evening in my meet and greet with the mayor, and Dan Gombeck has advised that anywhere that you do not see no U-turn sign, you can make a U-turn. So individuals that leave West Suburban Bank, the drive-up, can cut across to the turn lanes going to turn onto Plainfield Road and make a U-turn to go westbound on 75th Street. So that is an option that residents can do. Also, that is an option for those that are trying to access the Speedway gas station. If you're going northbound on Cass Avenue, you are allowed to make a U-turn at that intersection of 75th and Cass to get into the Speedway gas station, because there is no left turn, U-turn, no U-turn sign there also. So just advice to the residents. Yes.
Madam Mayor, this may have already been there for a while, but I just noticed it. There's also no longer a right turn onto Plainfield going westbound on 75th Street.
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
thought you were talking about the eastbound 75th Street onto Plainfield.
Yeah, eastbound.
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about. Yes.
Talking
Now, which one are you talking about?
Westbound 75th Street onto Plainfield, there's no longer a right turn. And I'm not sure that's been there for a while. I might have been there for a while, but I just noticed it a few days ago.
Westbound Plainfield,
I'm sorry, westbound 75th Street,
westbound 75th.
turning
Yep.
right onto Plainfield by the McDonald's. It said no right turn. Has it
Oh,
been there
that's
for a while?
that's another sharp, I think
Right.
that was their traffic engineer's logic of
Has it
a
been there for a
tight
while?
turn.
'Cause I just noticed it.
I think that was the case prior too, if I'm not mistaken.
There never was a right-hand turn there.
All right. Well, I'm not so sure, but anyway, I just noticed
Yeah.
it, so, 'cause I
We'll
know.
double check it, but yeah, it's, from what I understand, there shouldn't be a right-hand turn lane there, or a designated right-hand turn, period. I'll double check that and follow up.
All right, and are there gonna be any more signage, or I assume there's gonna be more arrows on the pavement going forward? Because I see a lot of people missing the turning, because it's a longer approach for the turning lane on the Plainfield, and they're now turning, they're not in the turning lane, and they're trying to turn, and they're basically going over four turning lanes, right?
There's more striping to be completed. Unfortunately, with the weather, they weren't able to finish it. So hopefully, if the temperatures start warming up and the pavement temperatures start warming up, they'll be able to get the rest of that thermoplastic down.
Any idea when we're gonna get the lights in?
Lights for.
Stoplights?
The new signal.
Oh, they're in the process right now. They started working again this week. They're pulling the wire, the mast arms and all the equipment is in. So you're gonna start to see that over the next several weeks, start to intersection at a time. There's additional, I believe they're 42-inch foundation bases that still need to get installed at several of the corners. So those are some very big mast arm foundations, and they haven't completed those yet. But they're started up again.
Hey, Mayor, my apologies, there was a couple of, because we've had a meeting in a while. Stan Nemec on 7100 block of Hudson was very complimentary to the police department for quick response that he had with an issue. Mr. Bob Rosetko, 1200 block of Allison, had some issues with ComEd's vendor that's doing the smart grid, which was taken care of. And Mr. Jack Quinwert, 7200 block of Summit, will talk to Mr. Nosek regarding the direct energy. He got a bill, I got a letter saying he was removed from the direct energy portion of his bill. And that's it, I'm caught up with my communications.
Wait a minute, direct energy, we went to Verdi Energy.
Right.
Is that what you mean? No.
That's the email he sent me, and that's when I got.
Okay.
ahold of-
I got the same letter, Madam Mayor, from Direct Energy, saying unless you contact us, you're gonna be dropped from Direct Energy, and it hasn't been Direct Energy for
Right.
a while.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
caused
okay,
confusion,
I understand what you're
which
saying,
caused-
yeah.
Which caused confusion.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely their purpose in doing it, so, yeah. Okay, if there's no more communications, let's move on to the mayor's report. And the first item is always an exciting time in the city of Darien. In January, when we announce who our Citizen of the Year is going to be for the 2015 term. And I will turn that duty over to Alderman Belke, who is the liaison to the Citizen of the Year committee.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The word nice is a prominent part of the city's slogan. Darien is a nice place to live. By definition, nice means amiable, pleasant, kind, pleasing, agreeable, such as a nice gesture of help. And so it is befitting that our nominee, among the multiple nominations submitted and with all the accolades mentioned for him, all state one common thing. He is such a nice guy. A quote by Tenzin Gyatso, 14th Dalai Lama, states, "Be kind whenever possible. It is always possible." It appears that our nominee was born to live for this quote because, as his nominators state, he is always kind. Therefore, it is with great pride that the Citizen of the Year Committee submits to the Darien City Council the name of Ron Kiefer as our choice for the 2015 Citizen of the Year. Because Ron gives us so freely of his time and wasn't home much, the committee had to make several surprise visits to ask him to accept his nomination. We are sure his neighbors wonder why 4 women were trekking up the Kiefer's sidewalk all weekend long in sub-zero temperatures with several inches of snow on the ground. First time he was at a Lions Committee chairman's meeting. Second time he was at a family birthday party. And when we finally made contact, we interrupted him watching the Patriots-Ravens football game. Like many of our prior nominees, his first comment was, Me? I have not done that much. There are more deserving people. With amazement and tears in his eyes and a gentle hug from his wife, he accepted and then asked if we would like a cup of coffee. Ron's milestones are not measured in days or months or support, but in a multitude of years. Ron began his greatest gift to children as an educator, counselor, and principal in the Cicero School District. After 34 years of guiding, enriching, and enhancing thousands of young lives, he retired in 2000. In the 60s and 70s, Ron was a member of the JCs. He held office by 1978 before being selected as one of Illinois' 10 outstanding young men by the Illinois JCs. In 1983, Ron was elected to the Morton College Board of Trustees, where he served 7 years, 2 of which were as a board chairman. During that time, he also served 2 years as chairman of the Educational Excellence Committee of the Illinois Community College Trustees Association and 1 year as chairman of the West Suburban Region of Community College Trustees. He continues in that legacy of support by working with the Cicero Eagles, a special needs program for autistic children. Since 1990, including 10 years as president, he has volunteered at and supported the Children's Center of Cicero-Berwyn. In 2007, they awarded him the Hold My Hand Award in recognition of his devotion and commitment to the children of the community. Ron continues to serve on the Morton Scholarship Foundation, a working body that financially supports at-risk high school students who, without monetary aid, potentially could drop out of school because of the students' need to work to help support their family rather than attend school. He still continues in this role after 20 years. He has also served on the Youth Opportunities Subcommittee of the Cicero Youth Task Force. He is an avid supporter of the CSPAR program, which centers its core principles on children with special needs. Also, he has supported Seguin, which is the adult side of this special needs program. Within the boundaries of Darien, Ron has extended his support to all areas. For 14 years, Ron has been a member of the Darien's Planning and Zoning Board, shaping our city's future, sometimes making hard decisions, but always thinking of what is best for Darien, not only for today, but for the future of the city and its residents. Through the St. John's Lutheran's Church of Darien, he supports the Schools on Wheels, which is a reading program for young minds. Since 2001, Ron has been an important part of the Forever Giving Darien Lions Club. He has continuously served on numerous committees, both as a chairman and a volunteer. In the words of another nominator, if Ron has a fault, it's that he does not know how to say no. Ron is known as a neighbor and friend who checks frequently on the well-being of his elderly neighbors. He clears the snow in the winter and cuts their grass in the summer. He is always there with a kind word, a good joke, or a bag of vegetables from his garden. In the harsh winter temperatures, he is known to have a hot cup of coffee waiting for the mail carriers when they finish their route. And another nominator stated, Ron recognizes what a privilege it is to be called a friend and always answers with his favorite phrase, "What can I do to help?" Ron has been a resident of Darien for 27 years. His wife, Esther, is one of his biggest fans and supporters. She exemplifies his character with her personal phrase, "He is my gentle giant and whose heart is bigger than he." He is the proud father of 2 children, son Brian and daughter Lynn, and 4 wonderful grandchildren that he adores, Christina, Colin, Camden, and Sloan, who proclaim, "Papa Ron is the best grandfather in the world." We shared with Ron a nomination letter, which is not normal protocol, but given the timing and the friendship, we thought it would be fitting. And we wish to share a portion of the letter with you. This is from Judy Bar Topinka. She wrote in part, demonstrating exemplary efforts and vision in bringing the community together, I believe that Ron represents all that Darien, as well as the state of Illinois, can be proud of. Ron is a willing volunteer who gives his heart and time to making Darien a better place to live and work. He is the kind of person that makes Darien as great as it is, and it's for this reason that I feel he should be recognized for his hard work and dedication. By city ordinance, our guidance for selecting the Citizen of the Year are diversity of activities, length of service, degree of involvement in the community, and impact to the city. Ron certainly satisfies all of these categories and then some. Walt Disney stated, "The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing." Ron has been a doer and has never stopped. City Council, we present to you Ron Kiefer as our choice for the Darien 2015 Citizen of the Year. Respectfully submitted, the Darien Citizen of the Year Committee.
Do I have a motion to approve? Alderman Marquez, seconded by Alderman Shower. I'm always impressed with the comment that almost every Citizen of the Year candidate makes when the committee arrives at their door. I haven't done anything. Why me?
Right.
And typical with Ron saying the same thing too tonight. So we hear that tonight. So is there any discussion? No. Not usually there isn't, yes. So the roll, please.
Marquez,
Aye.
Shower,
Aye.
Seifert,
Aye.
McIver,
Aye.
Kenny,
Aye.
Belzak,
Aye.
Belkey,
Aye.
7 ayes.
Well, you didn't say everybody.
Well, that's because it's not the resolution.
Okay, all right, okay. Okay. But just in case, Mr. Vanna and Attorney Murphy and Mayor Weaver say aye also.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Thank you. The next item on our agenda, I'd like to have Alderman Belkey identify all the events that are going to happen before the Citizen of the Year dinner dance, so.
Sure. So the next step will be, we will be having cake and coffee for the honoree on Tuesday, February 17th, and that will be following our city council meeting right outside in these chambers here. And then the dinner will be on Saturday, March 7th at Alpine Banquets, as usual. And the cocktail hour will start at 6, dinner at 7, with it ending at about 11:30, and the tickets will be $30. Hope to see you there.
Thank you, and I'd like to take a moment to thank the members of the committee that are here this evening. The chairman is Bonnie Kucera. Carol Mallers, I see back there. Linda Zeman. We're missing Barb Boyer, and that's it, yes, okay. But thank you very much for all of your efforts. And their job doesn't stop here. The hard work starts now with the planning and preparation for the dinner dance and coffee. Thank you very much. Let's move on to the next item on the agenda, the Voice of Democracy, and I'd like to invite the VFW members to come up to make their presentation.
Thank you, Madam Mayor and members of the City Council. I, of course, wouldn't turn down the opportunity to step up to the microphone and put in a shameless plug for any of our programs and things, but tonight we get the opportunity to recognize a wonderful young man. And before we do that, I do want to remind everybody that part of what we do in bringing these programs to the community involves our fundraising. So I will put my shameless plug in now. We do have our big fundraiser of the year coming up, our Rockin' with the Vets concert on Friday, March 13th. If anybody's interested still in attending, there are tickets still available. They are going quickly. So I would encourage you to please visit our website. You can Google Darien VFW and make sure you click on Darien, Illinois, because there is a Darien, Connecticut VFW. So we are one of the two that come up there. And you can go on the website, click the link for concert, and get all the information there. We'll be having the same talent this year with Lance Lipinski as Jerry Lee Lewis and Sean Clush as the Elvis tribute entertainer there. Sean Clush was recently headlined in the Chicago Tribune for doing the local birthday concert that they did here in Chicago. So he's not only been recognized in Las Vegas as one of the premier Elvis tribute artists, but he's also got local recognition as well. And for what we're here tonight to do and honor, really the important thing, every year the VFW nationally does a high school scholarship program called the Voice of Democracy, and that trickles all the way down to the post level. And it's been my honor and privilege to have another familiar face around Darien, not the namesake, but Nick Darien, my senior vice commander, as my program director for this program, and I couldn't have asked for a better individual to step up and take charge of this program and really run with it and get all the entries that he's done and all the work that he's done behind it. So without further ado, I want to turn it over to Nick to introduce this year's winner.
Thank you, Matt. Does that mean that you're going to be asking me to do this again next year? So, Madam Mayor, Madam City Clerk, City Council, City staff, thank you for the opportunity to appear before you this evening to tell you a bit about Voice of Democracy and to present an award, actually awards, to our winner. So annually, each fall, the Veterans of Foreign Wars conducts the Voice of Democracy Scholarship Competition, which is open to all high school students in grades 9 through 12. This includes homeschooled students. Darien Post 2838 solicits entries from high schools in the post-service area, and these include Hinsdale South, Hinsdale Central, and Westmont high schools. Entries are also received from area students attending area parochial schools. In this case, we received entries from Montini and Bennett. Students participate by writing and then recording a 3 to 5 minute audio essay expressing their views on an annual theme. Entries are submitted to VFW Posts by November 1st. This year's theme was why veterans are important to our nation's history and future. Students record their essays on CDs, and they're first judged at the post level, with winning recordings advancing to judging at district, state, and national levels. Now, Darien Post 2838 is in District 19. There are 17 districts, apparently not numerically sequential, in Illinois, and there are 25 posts within District 19, 17 districts within the state of Illinois. The top winner in each state earns a free trip to Washington, D.C. So the progression is from post to district to state to national. And so the national winner receives a $30,000 scholarship in addition to the awards issued at the preceding levels. Last year's national winner, incidentally, was an Illinois resident from Mount Pulaski, Illinois. So we're here this evening to congratulate the Darien Memorial Post 2838 first place winner, Warren Dawes. Warren, please join me up at the podium. Warren is a junior at Montini Catholic High School. He is an Eagle Scout in Darien Boy Scout Troop 97, which is sponsored by the Darien VFW. At school, he is a member of the National Honor Society, the broadcast team, the Spanish National Honor Society, the Mu Alpha Theta Math Honor Society. He is broadcast team captain and participates in advanced jazz band and Lasallian Youth. What is that?
It's a service organization that
Okay.
some of the religious teachers fund and coordinate activities.
Okay, great. He is an altar server, a Blackhawks fan, and a member of the varsity football team. And in his spare time, he works at King Car Wash in Westmont. Warren is here this evening with his parents, William and Barbara. Please stand to be recognized. And so Warren lives in Woodridge, and we had actually invited the mayor from Woodridge, Gina Cunningham, and actually I saw her at the State of the County luncheon just this past, Wednesday or Thursday was it? And so she has some issues herself, so she couldn't make it with her family, so she couldn't make it here this evening. So Warren is our first place winner at the post level. And at the post level, he receives a certificate, a medal, and a check for $300. So Warren then progressed to the district competition, which was this past January 10th. Now the district, keep in mind, the district is made up of 25 posts. And Warren's essay was chosen as the first place amongst the district. So Warren progresses then, and as an award for his district accomplishment, Warren receives a certificate and a check for $1,500.
Wow.
Or excuse me, no, that was $750.
Okay.
So Warren then progresses to states where he'll compete February 7th. And so we wish him all the best of
Good
luck,
luck.
and thank you very much for participating in Voice of Democracy. So we'd like to put the word out to area high school students and homeschooled students in that age bracket that this is a great way to put your thoughts together and think about how fortunate we are to live in the democracy that we do, to address the topic, put your thoughts together, express them, and have the opportunity to not only win some financial awards, but possibly progress on to a great scholarship and learn a little bit more about your state and your country. Thank you very much.
And as Nick mentioned, you know, Warren's accomplishments are seemingly endless and will continue to be so. And it goes without a doubt, as we've seen in the past in our post. Not only did Warren himself earn his Eagle Scout honors as a member of the Chartered Boy Scout organization of our post, but so is his older brother William. And both of them have done a tremendous amount of work in the community, both here and with where their Eagle Scout projects were. And I think it would be remiss if we didn't simply name them, but also recognize his parents for everything that they've done to raise these two wonderful boys. Thank you very much. And just as a quick note of trivia, if you will, their older son William is now attending North Central College, which is where Madison Haley, who the last year's winner from Illinois as the Voice of Democracy national winner, is also attending, and right here at home. Has her choice with $30,000 and comes here to stay locally. And one little bit of information the VFW has at the national level, we call it the national level, but it's actually an international level. So we are encouraged to be able to go to Springfield here in a couple of weeks, along with Warren and his family. Cheer him on there. Obviously, the selection is already done at by the time the banquet comes around, but the excitement that his parents and Nick and I and certainly Warren and his family felt when his essay and his name was called off as the first place winner, we certainly feel that he's got the best chance of all the post entries and district entries going to Springfield, and looking forward to that excitement again at Springfield. So thank you very much, Madam Mayor and City Council. Have a good evening.
Thank you to the VFW. This is a wonderful program that you have, and it's obvious you take it very seriously, and we like to see all these winners come through our post 2838. Congratulations on that. Thank you.
And go Broncos.
Alderman
I'm a
MacGyver.
Montini mom,
I
so-
wonder, do you know Alderman MacGyver's daughter over at Montini?
No, Tara's a senior and then Matt's a sophomore.
Oh,
so
okay.
you're a junior,
Okay.
right? Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, juniors and seniors can talk to each other too.
Oh, that was me.
Oh, golly, that's great. Okay, the next item under the mayor's report is the Darien Chamber of Commerce update, and we have Claire Bongiovanni with us to bring us up to date.
Good evening. The Darien Chamber of Commerce is excited to announce our Spring into the Darien Chamber of Commerce Connect membership drive. All new members will be featured in the 2015-2016 Business Directory and Community Guide and receive free Darien race bag sponsorship. The membership application can be found at www.darienchamber.com. A grand finale membership party will be held at Q Bar and Grill on March 10th. For more details, call the Chamber office at 630-968-0004. Welcome new Chamber member Multi-Care Health Center located at 8110 South Cass Avenue in Darien. We will be celebrating their grand opening and ribbon cutting ceremony on February 10th at 5 p.m. Chamber 101 will be held on Thursday, January 22nd, 9 a.m. at First Merchants Bank, located at 8301 South Cass Avenue. All members are invited to attend. Register online at DarienChamber.com. The Darien Chamber of Commerce is partnering with the Indian Prairie Public Library in a teen summer job fair on Saturday, January 21st from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Chamber members are invited to participate for free. Deadline to register is this Friday, February 23rd. For more information, contact Tyler Works at 630-887-8760 at extension 261. The 2014 Darien Chamber Excellence Awards and State of the Chamber will be held on Thursday, January 29th, 11:30 a.m. at Chuck's Southern Comforts Cafe. Congratulations to the finalists: Oldville Nis Cafe, Alpine Banquets, McDonald's, Darien Rotary Club, Rose Landscape Design, Inc., Family Canine, and Automated Forms and Graphics. Darien Chamber Women in Business presents Connecting Women, Creating Opportunities Wine and Cheese Networking event on February 24th, 5:30 p.m. at the Wild Orchid Salon located at 7511 Lamont Road in the Chestnut Court Shopping Center. Save the date. The 15th Annual Darien Dash will be held on Sunday, May 17, 2015 at Darien Community Park. The Darien Historical Society presents Sunday dinner featuring history singers John and Catherine Atwood, a salute to World War I and World War II music. The event will be held at Alpine Banquets this Sunday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., which includes dinner, gift certificates, and split the pot. Tickets can be purchased through Wednesday. No walk-ins. For more information, contact Alice Brennan at 630-964-6792. And tonight, Joe Marquez has tickets in his hands if anyone is interested in purchasing for Sunday. At this time, I would like to introduce Amanda from Carriage Green Country Club, who is going to talk about the Winter Carnival and the Bridal Expo.
Hello, thank you for inviting me tonight. So, Carriage Greens is really trying to make a presence in Darien this year. So we have a couple events coming up in February that we wanted to tell you guys about. So, well, first we're having a Super Bowl party in our brand new 19th hole sports bar and grill. So we can get tickets for that. And then our next big event is going to be February 7th and 8th. We're having a winter carnival. So let's pray for more snow that this could happen. There's going to be sledding, skiing, ice skating, so it should be a lot of fun. It's going to be a free event, so anyone is welcome to come and bring their own equipment. And finally, we are having our first ever Bridal Expo on February 22nd. We are trying to get all the Darien vendors together, so again, Wild Orchid Salon, who Claire has just mentioned, with all others, and bring them together to...
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. No. I was motioning Claire. Is that what I'm doing? The Bridal
Yes.
Expo? Yes, okay. All right.
Yes, and our very own mayor will be modeling a Mother of the Bride's gown in our fashion show that day, so it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We are giving away tickets right now for free, and they're going to be $10 at the door, so.
Okay. I have to have Claire keep track of all the events I go to.
Well, we're happy to have you there.
I'm
It
going
should
to
be really
really
fun.
enjoy it. Yes, I'm going to
Okay.
enjoy that very much. Thank you.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions about the upcoming events at Carriage Greens?
I know that we're helping with the snow.
Yes.
Yes, I think we're going to help deposit some more snow over at Carriage Greens to help with the snow hill. Dan?
All
That's
is
correct, yes.
appreciated.
Provided it snows, like you said.
Yes.
But
Fingers
from my
crossed, right?
perspective, I don't want it to snow, so.
No, me too, but
So if it doesn't snow, are we going to have movies in the yard over there? Or?
that's actually a great idea. I'll present that.
Have a barbecue?
And Bob was supposed to be here tonight. He apologized that he can't. He's at the PGA Tour in Orlando right now. He is trying to find a way to get Carriage Greens as one of the top 100 golf courses in the country. So fingers crossed on that as well.
Thank you. Any other questions for Amanda? Okay, thanks, Amanda.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
I also have different flyers and marketing tools. I don't know if you want me to leave them there for you.
Sure, why
Okay.
don't you?
All right,
Yes.
great.
And we could post it on our bulletin board out in the hallway for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Lots
you.
happening. Thank you, Claire. Let's move to the city clerk's report.
No report this evening, Madam Mayor.
Okay, let's move the city administrator's report. Paul, you have some items?
Yes, two items. One refers back to Alderman Kenny's issue, one of his residents' issues with the letter for Direct Energy. We've been getting a lot of phone calls These letters have gone out, and again, they are just marketing materials. And then there's been a lot of phone solicitation trying to get people to switch. And residents could call if they have any questions here, City Hall at 630-353-8104 and speak to me, or they could call our consultant at 1-800-727-3820 if they have any other questions regarding our electrical aggregation program. The second item is just an update.
Paul, you're going to post that on Direct Connect, that information,
Yes.
to get that word out on our website? Okay.
The second item is just an update on our website. That'll be rolling out on Monday. It is ready to go. We have 3 years of information archived already on the website. The rest of the information, going back, I think, another 7 years, is going to take 5 to 6 weeks for them to get ready and posted. We'll still have it internally, the information available. It won't be on the website for a couple weeks, though. So look for that upcoming on Monday.
Any questions for Paul? Alderman MacGyver?
One of the things that came up actually over the holidays is I found some of the senior residents actually don't necessarily check email, but they're on Facebook. So if any resident is out there and is a regular Facebooker, if you like the City of Darien on Facebook, you get the same kind of important announcements that are in the Darien or the Direct Connect through Facebook.
That's right. Very good. We updated that, our Facebook page, when we had the town hall meeting for the rash of burglaries, and I think a lot of residents took advantage of getting hooked up on that. Okay. Alderman Belke?
Paul, I meant to ask this in the pre-council session. Do you have an update on the Darien website and the timing of how we're redoing it?
Yeah, that's what I would just
he
mention.
just mentioned
It'll
it.
be rolled out Monday.
What?
They're going to do it over this weekend, and so it'll be live Monday morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then is that something that we're going to, kind of give feedback on and anything like that?
Obviously, we could always adapt and make some changes if needed, but at this point, it's a finished product, and that'll be what the city will have as our website.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's move, if there's nothing else for the city administrator, let's move to department head information. Chief, I think you're going to do your monthly report.
Good afternoon, good evening, Madam Mayor, council members, and residents. I have a brief monthly report. Our K-9 unit participated in a investigative sweep at the behest of the administration at Hinsdale South and in coordination with Hinsdale Central and several other police agencies. The sweep was very much appreciated by the administrators. We did not make any arrests. There were some alerts on various lockers, but we did not make any arrests. From a police personnel perspective, we did in fact hire an administrative executive assistant. Rosemary Gonzalez began on the 9th of December, and Carol left on the 9th of January. So she's on her own now, and she's doing quite well, as a matter of fact. During the budget process for FYE 2014, we were granted and received approval for the remodel of our evidence room, and some of the council members saw the completed product today. The evidence room remodel increased our capacity to retain evidence by double, and so we should not run out of space anytime soon. It's much more efficient. It'll give us loads of manageability, and it increases the integrity of the evidence and property room. So we're really pleased with that. We had a retirement recently. Detective Bill Foster announced his retirement. With that retirement, Officer Cara Foyle Price was moved back up to detective. She had been there previously, and in a reorganization, she was moved downstairs to patrol, and she was given the first opportunity to come back. So Detective Foster's last day is about 3 weeks from now, and so we wish him well, obviously. Our most recent police candidate, Eric Surratt, was injured during training, and so his training has been suspended. He had to have surgery about a week or so ago. He was doing a training exercise, and so his training was suspended. So once he gets done with the training, then he'll be assigned to a field training officer.
Oh, my goodness.
New equipment. We also highlighted during police committee meeting this evening a speed sign that provides immediate feedback to the residents because it's a computer-operated sign that provides a feedback on the speed that you're going. It's a portable system. We'll be working in tandem with Public Works to move it from location to location. It's one of two systems that we're going to purchase. The system was purchased using seized monies from the Department of Justice, and we requested permission for quite a few purchases this evening using seized monies with the Police Committee, and they graciously approved them all, and we'll be presenting those before council at the next meeting.
Chief, can you, for a quick second, 'cause you just mentioned we spent a lot of money tonight. Can you maybe just touch upon some of the reasons why, because you've got so much time to use those monies and there's specifics what we can and cannot do?
Okay, yeah. We have about $247,000 in seized monies. The program has been operational since March of 2013 when we assigned an officer to task force. And during that time, there's been approximately $2.5–3 million seized, and of that amount, we've been awarded up to this point the $247,000. And so the mandate for that money is it's essentially a grant from the Department of Justice based on the seizures, and that money has to be spent to augment what the police department is able to get. It can't be used for budget items. So if we budget it for something, we can't use it. It amounts to supplanting if we use it, and we're encouraged not to stockpile that money. And so these are the items that we requested approval for this evening were all items that will enhance our, and either enhance, modernize, or both our law enforcement capability over the next few years and into the future. So that's the reason why. And so it's not. It may look like we're on a spending spree, but we're really not. We're just enhancing a license plate reader, new weapons for our officers that we issued so that we can standardize our practices there, expanding on our firearm simulator so that we can bring other police departments in and expand the number of operators that can actually use it. And then our gas masks were outdated, and so we needed to replace those. And so that was one of the purchases that we've done this evening. We requested this evening, and a crime scene processing screen so that in the event that we have a tragedy, a gruesome crime scene, or a traffic accident, we're able to keep the citizens from seeing that scene by erecting a portable crime scene processing screen. So,
I think you used $5,000 of that money to put up the reward
yes.
for any hints on the burglaries.
Any information on the burglaries? Yes, ma'am, we did. Unfortunately, we have not received any tips of any substance yet that would warrant us awarding that reward, but we're still working on that. We have not experienced a burglary since November the 17th, the day that we had the 4.
We've got some sort of critter flying around here, and I'm sorry he found you.
He did. But we can't claim individual success for that. First off, we know we haven't eradicated burglaries altogether. We simply haven't had one in 2 months. But we have to credit our citizenry on the collaborative effort that was the result of the town hall meeting and the media blitz and everything else that we did. Significant was the increase in suspicious activity calls of about 156%, which translates into 114 additional calls during the 12th police period than we had the prior period. So that's significant. And 1,000% increase in the number of house watches. So folks leaving home began utilizing the service at a much higher rate, 151 more requests for house watches. So what we can accredit the fact that we've had no burglaries to is, number one, hypervigilance on the part of our residents, being informed by the bidirectional information flow, hypervigilance, of course, on the part of the police officers, and everybody taking this seriously. And so what we need to do is as a community, is to proceed with this so that the magic number stays at 0. So. We recently published, in light of the burglary, some of our neighboring jurisdictions were reporting the possible use of GPS devices. A GPS device is probably smaller than your cell phone. It can be it's portable. It can be applied to your car, and it tracks the movement of the car. And we felt that that was a distinct possibility, and that's why we published the alert about the GPSs, because some of the windows of opportunity was so narrow, the folks were gone for such a short time, it almost seemed as though either someone was sitting outside watching or they knew exactly that the people wouldn't be home. And so there are some GPS detectors that are for sale commercially. You have to Google them on the website, and you can find those. But again, not parking your car in your driveway if possible, placing it in your garage, locking your garage, making sure your car is secured, and then checking casual visual inspection of your vehicle to make sure somebody hasn't put a GPS on there. It bodes well for you. These things are so high-tech and complex, uncomplicated to use now. Somebody can put one on your car in the wheel well or underneath the undercarriage, and then track your movements on a computer. So that's one of the possibilities. I'm not suggesting that that's definitively what happened in our case, but it's certainly a possibility, and we've had that occur in several other jurisdictions, so we want to be mindful of that. We are continuing to get telephone calls and taking reports on various telephone scams. The most fruitful scam that occurred recently, the Darien resident lost $26,000 from someone who claimed to need money for a grandson who was in jail in Mexico. And the resident put money on the green dot cards, the credit cards or the gift cards, to the tune of $26,000. And so that's money we're likely to never be able to get back. And so what I'm imploring all residents to do is, if you get somebody claiming that they need money, first off, hang up and call the police. But for God's sake, don't put anything on a green dot card or gift card or anything of that nature, because it's all fake. We're still getting the scams about the Internal Revenue and alleged investigations. That's false. Microsoft monitoring systems in your computer, that's false. If anybody's calling you with any of this information, please don't respond to it. In terms of community engagement, December was a busy month for us in terms of community engagement. Participated in the annual AALR at Ashton Place on December the 13th. Also on December the 13th, we had our annual Shop with a Hero sponsored by the Darwood Police Service and Darien Police Department. Probably a third or better of the Darien police officers participated at some level. So for those of you who don't know the Shop with a Hero, Walmart is the financial sponsor, and the Darwood Fire Department and Darien Police Department collaborate. We get about 28 families, and the kids come and have breakfast with us and shop with us, and then we head over to Walmart, shop, and then we bring the gifts back and wrap them at the fire station. It's really a rewarding experience. The family I had was a little girl and her mom. She's an 8th grader, and she's an honor student, wants to be a doctor. So she's in need of community service, and so I touched base with some of the officers there, and she's going to be able to do her community service at the Darien Police Department. So really rewarding. And then, of course, the annual Lions Club giveaway, we participated in that this year, and again, that's always rewarding, because those folks really light up when you drop those bags off, and the food lasts for about 2.5. It's enough for about 2.5 weeks, and it's really a good thing. The feeling of delivering, even though we're not the giver themselves, the fact that the Lions Club has put this together, it's a real rewarding experience just to be able to participate in it. So thank the Lions Club for letting me participate again this year. So that about sums it up. Other than the statistical breakdown, what we notice is that we're about 3% higher in 911 calls. Our thefts, specifically retail thefts, are up. A large part of that is due to the Walmart, expansion of Walmart, and they hired more security and they're catching more people. Working on a real good program that I think will bode well for us to eliminate the thefts at Hinsdale South the start of the next school year. What we're going to look to do is take some of the seized money, I think we can do it, and purchase locks for the locker room, and get rid of the unattended locks in the locker room at Hinsdale South, and hopefully that'll eliminate some of the more higher-end thefts that we've been experiencing year after year with iPads, iPhones, and other valuables, laptops left in unattended lockers that aren't locked. And so if we can we're going to collaborate with Hinsdale South, put a lock on each one of those. And so this one isn't a big secret. It's not magic. If we can take away the opportunity to leave those items unattended in an open locker, then we can eliminate the criminal incident. So, are there any questions?
Thanks, Chief. And for all of the viewing audience and the audience here, the chief has a monthly report that's on our website that you can, and you can go and see previous monthly reports. And they're quite detailed, and I think you would find them to be very informative. Thanks, Chief.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Any other questions for any of the other department heads? I have one, Dan. We are doing our Darien Point development is really shaping up. I saw some new light posts going up next to Chase that will be continued through the rest of the property. Those are going to look terrific. But now we have those unsightly overhead lines. And I would like to see if we can't investigate with ComEd about burying those, especially there, right along that corridor. It would be appreciated. So is that something we can reach out to ComEd and find out what the cost? I'm sure they'll find a way to ask us to pay for it, but.
Correct. While there's no monies or credits anymore, as there years ago there used to be, yes, there's a cost to bury all the wires underground. This is basically from Plainfield Road to 75th Street on the east side of Cass. Again, where all the high voltage wires are, along with telephone as well as Comcast. So we've reached out to ComEd, have not gotten a return call yet. So we're going to see what engineer can provide us a preliminary cost estimate, and we'll probably introduce that coming back to the budget here.
Okay. Thank you. Anything else for the department heads?
Madam Mayor, just one more comment in respect to the tree trimming. We're currently working on a tree trimming with Homer Tree Care. Just want to remind the residents at home, if they're interested in private property tree trimming, that they can reach out to Homer Tree Care, and their phone number is 815-838-0320. Again, that's Homer Tree Care, and they have set prices for rear yard and front yard tree trimming as well as removal. Thank you.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that number again?
Sure. The phone number again is 815-838-0320.
And Dan, what about the triage treatments? Is that, I know that there was like a 2-year cycle. Are we going to be doing that again and offering that to residents as well for their ash borers on private property?
The answer is yes. We just went out and received courtesy quotes for residents for the emerald ash borer treatment. This is the second year now. According to our program, the way we've introduced it, we got some very good pricing. We're going to be introducing that to the Municipal Services Committee next week as a courtesy service for the residents, and then we'll begin to advertise it after next week. It's a little bit early yet, but we got some very good pricing.
Right.
Okay, let's move on to the treasurer's report. Should we take them one at a time, Paul?
Sure.
I think you're going to cover them.
Sure. We'll start out with warrant 14, 15, 16. We have general fund expenditures of $35,661.83. Water fund expenditures, $372,114.41. Motor fuel tax fund expenditures of $260. Capital improvement fund expenditures of $28,963.28. A subtotal of $436,999.52. General fund payroll, period ending 12/25/14, $226,629.93. Water fund payroll, period ending 12/25/14, $17,669.69 for a subtotal of $244,299.62. Total to be approved by council, $681,299.14.
Do I have a motion to approve? Alderman Seifert, seconded by Alderman Kenny. I think we went over during our work session any questions that we had on any of the items. So the roll, please.
Seifert.
Aye.
Kenny.
Aye.
Belzak.
Aye.
Belkey.
Aye.
Marquez.
Aye.
McIver.
Aye.
Shower.
Aye.
7 ayes.
The warrant has been approved. Do you want to do the next warrant?
Yes. This is warrant number 14, 15, 17. General fund expenditures, $140,972.61. Water fund expenditures, $357,837. Capital improvement fund expenditures, $163,692.77. Federal equitable sharing fund, $12,445 for a subtotal of $674,947.38. General fund payroll, ending 1/8/2015, $269,507.30. Water fund payroll, period ending 1/8/15, $19,179.54 for a subtotal of $288,686.84. Total to be approved by City Council, $963,634.22.
Do I have a motion to approve? Alderman Belke, seconded by Alderman Belzak.
Quick discussion, Mayor.
Yes.
I just noticed it now. The year for the general fund payroll ending is in the year, should be 2015. It's 20115. They got an additional one in there.
Correct.
I don't think we'll all be around for that.
I don't think
year
so
to come
either.
around. Yep.
We will correct
Okay. All right. The roll, please.
Belke,
Aye.
Belzak,
Aye.
Seifert,
Aye.
MacGyver,
Aye.
Kenny,
Aye.
Marquez,
Aye.
Shower,
Aye.
7 ayes.
And Paul, do you want to go over the monthly report now?
Sure. Okay, this is month ending December 31st, 2014. General fund total revenue, $9,854,113. Total expenditures, $7,727,684, for a current fund balance of $3,031,182. Water fund total revenue, $4,620,765. Total expenditures, $3,560,309, for an ending cash balance of $2,079,788. Motor fuel tax. Total revenue year-to-date, $569,803. Total expenditures year-to-date, $406,869, for a current fund balance of $315,389. Water depreciation fund. Total revenue, $2,020. Total expenditures, $192,386, for ending current cash balance of $116,069. Capital improvement fund. Total revenue, $4,476,550. Total expenditures, $3,521,701. Current fund balance, $6,374,445. Capital projects debt service fund. Total revenue, $502,395. Total expenditures, $497,750. Current ending fund balance, $18,058.
Any questions for Paul on the figures? Thank you, Paul. Let's move on to the standing committee reports. Alderman Marquez.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The next Municipal Services Committee meeting will take place next Monday, January 26, 2015, at 6 p.m. here in the council chambers. And it should be noted that that's a change from the 6:30 time that we normally start at.
Thank you. Alderman Shower.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Our next admin finance meeting will be held on Monday, February 2nd, 2015 at 6 p.m. in our upstairs meeting room.
Thank you. And Alderman MacGyver.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. At our Police Committee meeting this evening, we approved the minutes of the October 20th, 2014 Police Committee meeting. And our next meeting is scheduled for Monday, February 16th at 6 p.m. in the Police Department training room across the parking lot.
Thank you. Let's move to questions and comments and agenda related. Do any of the aldermen have any questions or comments agenda related at this point? We did make for the viewing audience and the audience here, we did amend item C under new business. We failed to identify the proper location for the 2-year contract on for the electric service. We added the location is our water pumping station, and it will cover a 2-year period. That's the only change we made in our agenda this evening. Does anyone want to address the council on any items? And let's move on to old business, and there being no old business, and the next item is consent agenda, and there is no consent agenda, so we'll move right to new business. And item A is a motion to approve the Darien Chamber of Commerce's 15th Annual Darien Dash beginning on May 17th, beginning at 8 a.m., and authorize the Chief of Police to finalize the details of the event with the Chamber of Commerce. The next item is a motion to approve the use of the right half of the following streets for the Darien Dash, and I won't name them all, but it's the same route that the Darien Dash uses every year through the Hinsbrook subdivision.
No, it's been revised.
Oh, it's actually been revised.
It has. In
Yes.
what revision?
The streets have been revised. There's a map attached.
Not running the 1 mile race anymore, and they're only going to do.
They're not
They're
doing
doing they're doing the 5K and the 10K. Is that correct?
Goes twice.
Yes, that's always the way it's been.
No, they revised because they don't go to 67th Street anymore.
Oh, okay. Very good move. That's a good move to get it off of 67th Street. Very good. Okay, so the moral of the story is you have to go on our website to find the map to be sure that your house is not on the route of the race on May 17th. Item C under new business is a motion to approve. You know what? I don't have to read all these. That's right. This is the regular new business. Okay, so let's go back to item A. Item A is a motion to approve the Darien Chamber of Commerce 15th Annual Darien Dash 10K run and 5K run on May 17th, 2015. Do I have a motion to approve? Alderman Marquez, seconded by Alderman Belzak. Discussion. The roll, please.
Marquez.
Aye.
Belzak.
Aye.
Belkey.
Aye.
Kenny.
Aye.
McIver.
Aye.
Shower.
Aye.
Seifert.
Aye.
7 ayes.
Motion has been approved. Item B is a consideration of a motion to approve the use of the right half of the following streets for the Darien Dash, which begins at the northwest corner of Darien Community Park and follows through the Hinsbrook subdivision. Do I have a motion to approve? Alderman McIver, second of Alderman Seifert. Discussion? The roll, please.
McIver.
Aye.
Seifert.
Aye.
Shower.
Aye.
Belkey.
Aye.
Belzak.
Aye.
Kenny.
Aye.
Marquez.
Aye.
7 ayes.
The motion has been approved. Item C is a motion to approve a resolution authorizing the city administrator to approve a 2-year contract for the water pumping station electric supply over the next 2 years with the lowest cost electric provider beginning February 1st and March 31st, 2015. Do I have a motion to approve? Alderman Seifert, seconded by Alderman Kenny. Discussion? The roll, please.
Seifert.
Aye.
Kenny.
Aye.
Belzak.
Aye.
Marquez.
Aye.
Shower.
Aye.
McIver.
Aye.
Belkey.
Aye.
7 ayes.
Motion has been approved. We move to questions, comments, and announcements of a general nature. Does anybody, Alderman Marquez?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just wanted to compliment Bonnie Casera and her committee. Ron Kiefer is an outstanding individual. I have an opportunity to work with him as a member of the Darien Lions Club. Well deserving of this honor, and I want to thank you guys for all your hard work in selecting him. And I know you're going to be busy the next couple of months, but thank you very much.
Alderman Belkey?
Yes, I just wanted to mention that the Darien Women's Club is having their annual Creative Youth Art Fair, and that will be held on February 22nd at Cass Junior High. And the registration is due February 6th. And you can do that through the DWC or at the Indian Prairie Library.
Any other announcements? I'd like to open it up to the floor. Does anyone have anything they want to share? No? Okay. I know what that look was for. Yeah, I know what that look was for. Okay, we have fun at the end of our city council meetings, in case you haven't noticed, with who makes the motion to adjourn. So, do I have a motion to adjourn?
No, you don't.
I guess we're not adjourning.
I'll make a motion.
This is different.
Alderman Seifert, seconded by Alderman Belkey. All in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Nay.
Turning the mics off.
Is that the first time in about 10 years that she hasn't done it?
Yeah, he held her down.